When I came back to Greenville in 1989, it was already going on, as I recall. Bill Freelove, who was really kind of the protagonist of that whole thing. Bill owned all the McDonald's in eastern North Carolina, and he was the guy that put that whole Ronald McDonald thing together, and they talked Michael into coming. Most of the celebrities that came, the bigger they were, the nicer they were. You know, we had Barkley, we had, a lot of big names that came. And they would treat us very nice. They were extremely nice. They did a skins game. It was Michael, John Elway, Emmitt Smith, and Joe Morgan, who of course was the great second baseman for the Cincinnati Reds during the Big Red Machine years. Those guys played a skins game on the course at Greenville Country Club before they went over to Brook Valley the next day to play the tournament. And I remember Bill Freelove called me and said, how are we gonna get them to connect to the people on the course and all that? I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we could somehow get a microphone on them or whatever? And I remember I set this up. We ended up going and getting wireless mics, and they all had lapel mics on, so you could hear them talking to each other. You could hear them cussing at each other. And we put speakers on a golf cart, and we followed them around on the golf cart, and I was driving the speaker cart. But the coolest thing happened. We got to like the number 9 green, and Michael got this was after the days of cell phones had become very prevalent. Michael gets a cell phone call, and he starts talking on the cell phone, and he gave us that to cut his mic off. So we cut his mic off, and he was talking on the phone, and then he looked over at me and put my microphone back on. So we put his mic back on, and he said, hey, I'm on the phone with Tiger Woods. You guys want to talk to Tiger Woods? And he took the cell phone and put it on speaker and put it down on his lapel mic, and Tiger Woods yelled out something like, hello, Greenville, North Carolina, or something like that, and the crowd went wild. And one of the big fundraisers for the golf tournament back in those days was you could bid on playing with the celebrities, but playing with Michael was like astronomical. I mean, you had to pay $25,000 to play with Michael. And there was a local guy who did it. I think he was from Rocky Mount, as I recall, but he wasn't a very good golfer. And I remember I remember exactly where it took place. It took place on the number 9 tee. And Michael hit his tee shot. And then the amateur, the guy who paid to play with Michael, got up to the tee box, and he hit his shot, and the ball shanked off the guy's driver, and it went and it hit Rob Powell's teenage son right in the inside of his thigh. And we were like, oh my God, he's got to be, I mean, it was a bad kind of accident. Michael goes over, picks the guy up, and puts him in the golf cart and makes the guy walk who hit him. And so that kid got to ride with Michael the rest of the round, and the guy that was paying 25 grand to play with Michael had to walk. That's another great Jordan tournament story.